What Happened This Week podcast. Just two best friends chatting in the trailer about all the things you are thinking about. Because you never know with Kim and Tricia.
Straight out of the trailer. Hey girl, how was your weekend?
It was a good week. All together, it was a pretty eventful weekend or week as well. We got this big coronavirus going on.
I know.
One. Yeah. So my mom called me yesterday. She leaves me a voicemail. Hey, it's your mother from North Carolina. Like, I have another one somewhere.
Do you have a mom live somewhere else?
Yeah, no. She's the only one I have. She's in North Carolina.
Or maybe she was being passive aggressive. Like, you remember me? Your
Yeah.
mom, North Carolina?
She probably was. But, so hopefully she'll start listening to the podcast because we were chatting about the podcast, which is pretty cool. But she asked me if I could send her some hand sanitizer because they have a shortage in North Carolina. Which is wild because I have another couple of friends I was chatting with. One in Cleveland, Ohio, there's a shortage of toilet paper and hand sanitizers. And another friend in Boulder, Colorado, there's a shortage of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. So it's been kind of a big deal. I mean, it's crazy. I think they just said Florida's at a level 2, which means it's a state of emergency. I thought about making my own hand sanitizer, with Tito's.
Yeah, well, you can make it with bleach, too. You don't need why would you waste Tito's?
Well, because it's like a two for one, right? I can drink it.
You have an excuse to buy it.
I have an excuse to buy it in pallets,
Yes.
and I can drink it and keep getting myself from getting coronavirus. However, there was an article. It was a big to do out there. I didn't realize that it somehow people were actually thinking about making it out of Tito's.
I think Tito's put out the article.
They had warned people not to make it with their Tito's because Tito's is only 40% alcohol, where hand sanitizer is 60%.
Exactly.
So it's funny, I was telling my mom the story too, and she said, well, I know I go in the mountains and get some moonshine.
Like, there you
I
go,
said,
Mom.
well, Mama, that'll kill everything, so call Pawpaw, because I'm pretty sure he's got a connection. I said, if you can't find, I'll see if I can find hand sanitizer in Florida. If not, go to the mountains, get some moonshine, and call it a day.
Well,
so
yes, Jason's mom was like, oh, the toilet paper, and I was like, well, we were on that subscribe and save with Amazon, so we got our like few month toilet paper delivery last week, so we're going with toilet paper.
But I don't understand what toilet paper and coronavirus have to do with each other.
I mean, I guess because it's respiratory, it's not like
Right.
it's not in that system, so it's not like. I mean, I guess people don't want to be without their toilet paper.
I guess. I mean, some people are saying like the zombie apocalypse, or people are getting ready for.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you don't even need toilet paper. You could like swish it out, like with a water bottle or something.
I don't understand the connection between the two, but I have to say I feel pretty bad for Corona because their sales have gone down by 38%.
I saw
the beer.
like a meme or something, and it said that Corona's gone to like the CDC to ask for them to change the name to the Bud Light virus.
Because you got to help us out. Throw us a bone or so.
Like, could you imagine being that stupid that you think the coronavirus comes from Corona beer?
I know. I don't know.
Like, I mean, that makes me feel really, really uneasy about society in general.
Seriously, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I mean, we always have to take precautions.
Yes.
I get it. I understand it. My mom said when she took my stepfather, he had a pacemaker put in about a week ago, and they had the mask at the front. Ones you could put on your cough.
Right.
She's like, girl, I grabbed a handful. I'm like, Mom, you're
one of those
stealing
people.
from the hospital?
Yes.
She's like, you just never know. And I'm like, I think it's kind of wild. I've been in line. I was at the grocery store the other day behind somebody who bought like a 1 gallon container of hand sanitizers, which is crazy to me because back in the day, like 2 days ago,
Right.
you used to be able to buy it at the dollar store. But I know Bed Bath & Body Works, they have those little travel ones I put in Taylor's stocking.
Mm-hmm.
I may just have to go and just buy a whole bunch of those.
Exactly.
And worst case, I'll have stocking stuffers for 10
have
years.
a lot of fragrance in it, though.
Yeah, they do. So that's probably just as bad. But what's
No,
funny?
it'll kill the germs. I mean, you might have chemicals that soak into your system, but it'll also be the coronavirus.
But I won't have to worry about corona. Well, the other crazy thing is that I am using a lot of hand sanitizer because, with my new job, I'm walking in and out of a lot of physicians' offices. So I'm putting hand sanitizer on, but then they're starting to dry.
Yeah.
Because the alcohol dries out your hands. So now I'm having to put lotion because now I have cracked hands. So it's a whole hot mess.
Yeah.
So I just hope that, it's been around forever.
It has. We installed at the office, they had them put in the Purell hand sanitizer stations.
Yes.
The automatic ones. So there's one by the front door because we see a lot of customers that come in and out of our office. So we have it at my desk, but this at least kind of helps even the customers to use it if they had something on them, and then walking around with us. And,
Yes.
Jason's parents are going to Africa in May, and Jason's like, hey, you come back. Pretty sure we're going to ask you to stay in the camper for 2 weeks.
Right.
I feel terrible. We live in their house, but I mean, the baby's going to be on his way at that point. So,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, you just want to take precautions for sure.
But no, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, at that point, like the last time they went, like Ebola was like around, so that was like a concern. And honestly, our OB told us, because they left for Africa. We didn't know if they'd be here when Reagan was born because their trip was already planned, and it happened. Reagan came early, and they left like 2 days later to go to Africa. But our OB said they were probably some of the safest people for her to be around because they had all her shots.
Right.
But that was when the shots are for stuff that, she could get. But, there's no shot for this. So.
Yeah. I know. It's pretty crazy. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves. I mean, I think we've had 2 confirmed deaths in the state of Florida.
Well, I think, too, like, those people went to China. Like, and then they're walking around. Like, no, like, you didn't think to yourself, like, hey, like, I just got back from a hot zone. Like, maybe I should not just protect myself but other people and like stay in my house. Like, but so in the sisters who went to Italy, same thing.
Right.
My niece was flying to Italy on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was supposed to fly Wednesday, and I was like kind of worried, and the sister's like, well, she unless it gets canceled by the airline, like they don't get their money back, and it's not like where they're going wasn't where the hot spot. So I texted her Wednesday morning. I was like, did she fly out? She's like, no, her flight got canceled. She just landed in New Orleans. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus, Well,
my boss just came back from Italy. She was gone. She went this past weekend. So she was like, and then I actually had a meeting with her on Thursday. And so I was, a little scared and a little cautious of it. And she's like, don't worry about it. I went to Rome. I didn't go to Madrid. That's the hot spot. I'm like, okay. She literally went to Italy for like 3 days. I'm like, she said it was just enough to go there. Her son's studying abroad, so she went there. But yeah, it was just like a little sketched. I'm like, can we just like quarantine you for 14 days?
Can you just be like 6 feet away from me as we speak?
Yeah, exactly. So it was a little scary, but I mean, again, it's like, it's supposed to elderly people with bad immune systems, things that have really issues with their immune systems, it can really creep up on. It is just a strand of the flu or the SARS. Or so it's it's a little extreme. When people are dying, it's scary.
It's very scary. I mean, like all the people in the nursing home, I think that was obviously. I mean, they're in a nursing home. They're older, and obviously their families didn't expect that to happen to them. So that's devastating. But it's like it did mess with some of the numbers, like the statistic numbers, because there's so many of them, but in one nursing home.
Yeah, and I know they're telling people here in the state of Florida, the Governor DeSantis came on and said that people should be going to the health department if they feel that they've been infected, because one is that you don't want to walk into a hospital or walk into your physician's office and expose yourself to people that are there for reasons that they're sick already. Right. So now their immune system already may be down.
And you may have gotten them sick.
Right. So it's ideally to walk into the health department, because they also are through the CDC, have the kits and things of that nature so they can test for it. Because the reality is they have their own labs, they send it off, and they pen the testing for, a few days. So it's just kind of scary out there. So hand sanitizer, mask, it's funny because James like, you're gonna wear a mask to work? I'm like, how am I gonna talk to people? I'm not doing their nails.
Nice to meet you.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do a mask, but you just have to be super cautious,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's been kind of crazy on the news. So I'm just like, this is insane. I do have a big announcement to make.
Okay. Are you pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant.
Oh, okay.
No, not pregnant. So last weekend I got into this, because I'm on a, I want instant gratification, right? So I'm like, I'm going to lose weight, right? So I like go all in. I'm going to do this. I spent all day last Sunday after recording, listening or watching documentaries on Netflix.
Okay.
One was called The Game Changers. I highly recommend it for anyone.
It's on my like want to watch list.
Watch it because it's about an MMA fighter. He was injured and then he wanted to quickly recover so that he could get back into the ring. But there was a lot of things that he couldn't do because he just didn't have the strength. So he did all of this research and found out that plant-based eating was the way to go. So he did an interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The strongest man alive is a plant-based eater. He did a bunch of interviews with other people that were plant-based eaters, and how in football players, like the whole Tennessee Titan football team, who they ended up going to the playoffs, I think this past year, they contributed to plant-based, but who knows? But they had a chef come in and it's all plant-based. So it really was very motivating. All right, maybe this is what we'll try. So starting tomorrow,
Oh, really?
I'm going plant-based.
You call Elise. Elise is plant-based.
That's right. Well, I've kind of done some research, and I should probably reach out to her definitely.
She makes like sauces and things.
Well, here's my problem. Number one, so I went to Sprouts grocery store yesterday.
Where's that at?
It's in Jupiter.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like a beautiful farmer's market
Right.
inside. It's all healthy stuff. It's health and wellness. It's like better than Fresh Market. It's better than I don't know, like what's the other one? I can't remember the name of it, but Whole Foods, right? So
it's not better than Trader Joe's.
It would be well. Here's my take on it. It would be as if Fresh Market and Trader Joe's had a baby.
Gotcha.
And they had Sprouts,
Okay,
which is so
Sprouts,
cute.
That's really cute.
Yes. Right? So I had seen it. They just opened about 6 months ago. It's near Abacoa in Jupiter.
Okay.
So I've been really wanting to go there. And I'm like, that's a great place to start, right? Because Publix does have plant-based and healthy stuff, but it's a very small section. It's really expensive.
I think they're closing a bunch of stores though.
Who, Publix or
No,
Sprouts?
Sprouts.
Well, that's all right. I'll keep this one. I'll keep
Okay.
this. Well, at least they got my money yesterday. But their fruits and vegetables super cheap. So it's worth going to if you're gonna go to Trader Joe's. Definitely hang out stop by there. But they do have a lot of plant-based stuff. So they have, and it looks like sausage, but it's plant-based.
Right, yeah.
Right? So, but they had 20% off all their frozen stuff. So all their meats were 20% off. So it's very expensive to eat healthy.
It is.
I'm like, this is insane. Like, and then after watching Food Changers, the biggest thing is like corn syrup, which is super cheap to manufacture, and they put it in all of our foods.
Yeah.
Then it preserves them. That's why people, usually on budgets or in a, they have to eat cheap food like Chef Boyardee's and things of that nature. So, I just kind of, and then they did these blood work on these football players or these guys that showed red meat versus eating plant-based, whether vegetables, and how the red meat really clouded their blood. So, I feel like James and we maybe need to just change it up. I am going all in, but I'm kind of going to just take baby steps, because one of the biggest things is this meal prep, right? You got to prep your meals. So I'm going home today and I'm going to be like prepping for the rest of the day. And I do have some recipes that I've discovered. I'm not a big cooker, that. I don't like to cook, so I don't want it to be complicated. The minute you make it complicated, I'm out. Because I just don't have time as a mom, and working and stuff. So I'm going to have some things that, James is kind of on board on it, I think. So, we'll see. But, I'm looking at all the ingredients and the packages, which Sprouts made it a little easier because you don't really have to do that. But I bought a lot of fruits and vegetables, so I better eat it. So my biggest thing is that if it works, it's great. Or if not, I just spent, my life savings at Sprouts for, I don't know how meatless sausage is going to taste, but I'll let you know. I got meatless I got hamburgers that are plant-based.
Impossible burgers?
Listen, the funny thing is that's Burger King. They have the Impossible.
You can buy it at the store too, I think.
Well, I don't know about I hadn't seen it at Sprout. They have burgers.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I found out because I was talking to someone who is plant-based, and he's on the road a lot. He's been doing it for the past year, and so what he has discovered is that Taco Bell. Some Taco Bells have a vegan menu, because that's kind of what this is.
My bean burrito is probably plant-based.
Girl, I bet you it is, but it's probably got processed.
No cheese, though. No cheese.
Yeah, it's got like animal poop in it or something. I don't know. But they have tacos that you can substitute with the meat and get black beans.
Yeah. He
says he does that on the road. Or the Impossible Burger, Burger King. So I've not tried the Impossible Burger, but that may be some, because I'm traveling a lot. So it's going to be... people have said I'm part of all these groups now, watching people on plant-based, and their IBS has gotten better because it's all about what they eat. But some have gotten worse because greens make you go poop-poop.
Right.
Then they've had people that, dropped weight, their cholesterol is down. So I'm always about jumping on the fad train. So me.
This is your fad?
This is my fad. So that's my big announcement. So I actually even picked up, I started back at the gym.
Yes.
And so I met with Jenna. She's one of the trainers, and I have a focus meeting. And of course, I weighed myself. She's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I need to reboot."
Yeah.
So we weighed myself. I was like, "Can I take all my clothes off?" She's like, "Kim, it's not appropriate here." I'm like, "But listen, we have to be strategic about how I weigh in." So she measured my body.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I was on the workout wagon. I think it was back in October of last year. I was going pretty solid for a good 2 months, and then I kind of like tapered off. So then I must have had a focus meeting in like December, and I had lost like 10 pounds, and I'd lost some inches. So then I stopped, right? So I went back, so you can see the increments. So she's like, well, the one thing is you're consistent. So
Right.
I mean, I had gained the 10 pounds back, but
Right.
I was back at what I was in
Right.
October.
Okay.
So
You're not heavier than October.
exactly.
So, that's
So
good.
then I got a plant-based shake that they
Okay.
sell.
Mhm.
You know, I'm going plant-based. She's like, that's a little extreme. You know, even as she's like, but she's like, I'd like to kind of watch and see how you do with it because I haven't really, rather than protein is important.
Right.
She understands that, so it'll be interesting to see. So I'll have to report in like next Sunday. I'll let you know how this plant-based thing is working out.
So yeah, but you can get plant-based like protein for protein shakes and things like that.
That's what I have.
Okay.
That's what I bought. I bought a plant-based, and I can do like soy milk or I can do almond milk. I did like download this whole like recipe thing of things substitute things.
Good.
The big thing is that you can have potatoes, but you can't have the butter.
Right.
You can have sour
You
cream.
can get plant-based butters.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't even look right. I saw it at Sprouts.
They made one. No, one of the big companies just came up with one.
I saw it. It didn't even look right. So I was like,
it was like, I can't believe, like Country Crock. One of those big ones came up with a plant-based one. So you might want to try that.
Go check that out.
Honestly, like send Elise a message. I know she's figured out like a lot of like cheeses and things that like are similar.
Similar,
So
yeah.
She's probably done the trial and error.
I will. And I did have my niece over last night, so we had a play date. So she stayed the night last night, so that was fun. And we took her for a golf cart ride. She likes to go on the golf cart.
Who doesn't?
I mean, it's a fun time. And James let her drive, like steering wheel, gas, and all. And I walked outside, about lost it.
Uh-huh.
Like, she is 6 years old.
Gosh.
I'm like, but we ended up going down a couple neighborhoods, and I have to say, I saw something very interesting yesterday.
Oh God, there's no telling. Were you in the trailer park?
We went to the trailer park.
Okay.
You never know, right?
I know.
And there was a guy holding a bunny, combing it. I had to back
He
up.
needed his hairbrush.
I'm like, is that a bunny? And he is combing it. The things you see in the trailer park.
Oh, really?
So that
we've been watching Pets too, and there's a bunny like in Pets and I don't know if it's on Pets one. I haven't seen that in a long time. Pets too, and then when you said it, just reminds me of like the story. So it seems perfectly normal in my life right now that you brush your bunny,
but not in like real life, right? So, but that was pretty much my week and my weekend. So how was your weekend or week?
Well, it's my Friday night, girl, and the complete opposite of your Saturday and your plant-based. I went and picked up my pig on Friday night in boxes.
Okay, like we shouldn't be. You're H2O to know. What are you doing? Really? God.
Yeah, so we had bought that pig, with my sister and with Jason's parents. So we then went and picked up our boxes and brought it home and separated it, and then went to Kim and Tone's house and dropped off theirs. And so I was like,
pork for days.
A lot of sausage. I told Jason we got a whole lot of sausage in this truck.
Hey, well, you know what? I might need to take some sausage off your hand next Sunday if this plant-based thing ain't working out, because then I'm just gonna go all in.
Exactly. We got a lot. It was a ton. We opted, like I said before, to do a lot of it in sausage, so it really came out with a lot of sausage.
Nice.
My sister's like packing her freezer. That's why she said for the baby shower, she's like, I'll bring sausage.
We can make them. There's probably like 101 recipes you can make with sausage.
We do like most times when we do the sausage, we just take onions, peppers, and sausage, and it's
easy.
At least once a week is what we have.
Yeah, that's what James is like. Sausage, peppers, and onions again.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's the easiest, quickest thing to make.
We have half a freezer of sausage at this point.
Yeah,
and it's easy, it's cheap, it's good.
Sausage again. But guess what? This week he's gonna get plant-based sausage. Let's see if he tells the difference.
Oh,
but anyways, yeah.
No. So yeah, we did that Friday. Saturday, Reagan had her little soccer again. So she wasn't a single white female as she was the first time.
That's good.
She left the other little girl alone a little bit. And I think because she kind of knew what was going on, like she was like doing her little foot tapping like on the ball.
Okay, cool.
She was like took off. She was like, I don't want to do that goal. I want that goal. Like they had like a little kid one. She took off on the soccer field to go score in the big goal.
Oh my gosh. Only Reagan. Yes, she is a nut. She is a handful.
Nut. And then we went over to Tropical Farms. The church does their annual softball game, and Steven runs that, and he asked Jason if we were coming out. So yeah, we went there after, and Jason played, and we watched, and it's a good time. It's a church league, and
did they play at the Tropical Farms, the church
right by the fire station? Yeah, it was nice, and they do the youngs versus the olds. So it's like over 30 and under 30. Like that's how they separate it.
Oh, cool.
And the olds always win.
Of course.
I mean, like, hold on. And in defense of the youngs, the olds all play on softball league, okay? So
right.
Jason, Steven, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's no comparison.
They had Jax out there who plays softball with them on Tuesdays. And so in the under 30, they have Jackson Steven's son, who he's 18 now, so he does play Tuesday softball with them and to play baseball. But a lot of them are, like, younger girls.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's why the olders win. But it was cool. It was fun to watch. You know, there was some, like, olders, you know,
right,
from church
right.
that, like, you playing this. I don't know how old this gentleman was. He was probably, like, mid-70s.
Rocking
it was cute to watch him, you
That's
know.
cool. I'd throw my back out or something
Exactly.
if I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, we did that. And then, we went and walked the property. We, Jason wanted to make sure I was okay with where he had set the house on the site plan for the house to go out there. And because originally I thought at an angle, and it turns out I want it actually completely on it sideways because I wanted the backyard to look out at the majority of the acreage.
That would make sense.
Like over like the wetlands area, like it looks like it goes on for miles.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so the way the house is set up, like the back is like an L that if we turned it just this way, you'd almost miss the entire angle of that.
Gotcha.
So we looked at that, and he has to like put silt fence up and stuff today and clear out some more stuff.
Oh, the fun.
For the land clearing permit.
Gotcha. Is that official yet?
The clearing permit we have already from when we were going to build on the other. We just have to put more of that black fencing up, you know, to protect the environment.
Gotcha.
Got to send a picture into the county, and then they'll amend our clearing permit to that parcel.
Okay.
And then we've gotten a lot of bids in. We got electrical, plumbing, windows. Yeah, that might be it. Already in. So hopefully the rest come in this week. Send it all to the bank. Please, please, please pray for me. It's been a long process. So
I know. I'm ready for this house to be built already.
If this doesn't go through, I'm just gonna put a tent out there and we'll be done.
That's all right.
So,
you can live with me.
But we're gonna move the studio out there.
We can. That's it. Well, you know, it's funny you talk about a tent. I did want to mention that Phipps Park on Friday night. Our friends Anthony and Nicole, they had a birthday party for her son, who's 14. So she brought a group of boys and took them camping. Phipps Park has tents now.
Yeah, already set up.
They're called adventurous tents.
Yes.
And it was like $30 for the night. So she got her and Anthony a tent, and then she got the boys a tent.
Oh, nice.
And they're big. And then they have your own fire ring. And she positioned herself like right on the like on a peninsula, like on the corner, so like you wouldn't have to. Everybody else's tent you could kind of walk by, but theirs were like backed up to the back. So that was a pretty cool little setup. Yeah. So we went and did that Friday night. And guess where we stopped on our way home?
Dairy Queen.
No.
Oh.
McDonald's.
Oh, that's the McDonald's we used to go to on Wednesdays.
It was. And it was, you know, you always, you envision that it's going to be this great quarter-pounder cheeseburger with fries.
No.
Crap in, crap out.
Well, you have a bad luck with McDonald's, you do.
I know. It was midnight, so I'm like, we hadn't eaten, you know, so.
Should have gone to Wendy's across the street.
We should have went to Taco Bell.
I know, it's right there now. You should have gone there and got a bean burrito.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that Taco Bell.
It's right there.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget about that? Oh man. Yeah, but anyways, I wanted to make mention of that Phipps Park. That's a pretty cool little setup.
It is.
I told James we need to like plan like a camping trip. Like like an adult camping trip, you know, we can go there for the weekend and set up camp. They have a wash house or they have a, you know, so it was really cool to see that the reality is it's a tarp on a pallet, but it's with a zipper. But I'll be a zipper. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's a little bit more fancier than that. Right. It's a really cool setup. I mean, they definitely did the right thing for those people who don't want to come and set up a tent. Right. And I think Anthony and Nicole, they had a queen size or a king size air mattress, and then they had room on either side. So if you want to like experience camping without like having to veer too far from home, or just the tent idea, it was great. So I did want to make mention of that. That was pretty cool.
We should camp out at the property again because Jason's been clearing it all out again with the tractor, like all the underbrush, and we have a huge fire pit going now because we got a burn pile.
Yeah, or at least go have a night out there at the.
That's what Jason did Friday night. Is go out on a Friday night and do something. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't drink and I cannot stand the smell of smoke fire, but I can come home and take a shower.
But why not? Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a blast. It gives me a headache, and then but anyway. So yes, that's what we did. Well, last time we camped there, we camped out at our property for James's birthday.
That's right.
Which is coming up.
That's right, James's birthday. I think we're gonna go to Red Lobster.
I can't wait.
I know, that's a big deal. James like, I want the biscuits. I was like, so and Jason's birthday's on the 10th.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
This Tuesday, so we were trying
I guess, well, this is going to come out on Friday, so it would have been his birthday already, so happy birthday, baby.
And so St. Patty's Day is coming up, so then James is born on St. Patty's Day. So yeah, we're going to go rock and kill some Red Lobster. Now here's the problem. I'm plant-based. So what do you eat at Red Lobster? So James and I had this conversation yesterday because he's like, oh, wait a minute. We're going to go 100% plant-based. I'm like, well, you have
He's not about to get his biscuits.
Well, I know. So here's the thing. So it's a real concern, right? I know. It's always something going on. So we may take a break from being plant-based for the day.
Yeah, I mean, he only wants them biscuits. If you don't let him have his biscuits on his birthday, Kim, and then you stop being plant-based a week later, you done ruined his birthday.
I know. So I think, it is shrimp, it is fish, it is lobster. So I think if we veer off the plant-based, that's not too far-fetched. Not like we're going Outback for a steak, right? So,
all right, Jim's gonna belly up and get himself some red meat because he hasn't had any.
I know. So it'll be interesting.
Keep the biscuits coming.
Keep them biscuits coming, and that's all he needs. I mean, yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so we're gonna go and have dinner at Red Lobster. It's so nice that James and we are okay with that. Even you, like, when you went to Olive Garden for your birthday.
I wanted to go, but I didn't get to.
Yeah, and I wanted to go to Golden Corral, and James wants to go to Red Lobster, and it's not basic, but it's totally basic to be that way, and I am so okay with that.
I'm okay with it. And then we went to Olive Garden a few weeks ago, and Jason was like, it's better than I thought. I'm like, I told you.
It always is. Well, I mean, the chains places are good, and James and I like Carrabba's. We went to Carrabba's for anniversary, where some people would be like, I'm going to go to some expensive restaurant and go make a reservation. And to me...
I made a reservation. I called ahead seating for
Did you at Olive Garden?
Yes.
You
that's
fancy
a
pants.
reservation.
You fancy pants.
I got on the wait list ahead of time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's too funny.
Don't make fun of me. So, but yeah, so that's the birthdays. We had, oh man, you know what to tell you. So I went to go take my prenatal vitamin taking a night, and I didn't have any. I was like, oh my God, like I had taken the last one the night before, and I was like, crap, because I take the whole package, like they come like in the pop-outs, like within the package, so I take one pop-out sleeve out at a time, and I didn't realize when I took the last one that the box was gone. Like, crap. So I go online to order them, and they're not available anywhere, like backdated. Like I usually buy them on Amazon. Like I found this vitamin before. I did the research on the absorption levels that, like, when you do take it, these are the levels that still stay. These are the ingredients. And like I did a lot of research on this prenatal. So now I've got nothing. I got to figure out how to get a new prenatal like now. It was like back ordered to like the end of March on Amazon. So Jason's like, can you find it anywhere else? So I go to like some vitamin website. Oh, good, I found it. It's like a little more expensive, but whatever. And then I got a confirmation for the order. I never got a shipping confirmation. So I go in there to look, and then they send me like, sorry, your order's been canceled. We can't get it for you. What is going on? Like, maybe it's coming from China or something? I don't know. So I went to the health food store next door to my office, and I was like, they're all like, their vitamins are all certified that they're all, meet those things. So like, at least it'll solve the problem for right now. And then I'll just go ahead and order the ones on Amazon when they get here, because I'm going to take prenatals through breastfeeding and everything, so it's not like having too many will be a problem.
Right.
I go there, spend like 30 minutes between the 4 choices they have, like looking them up, making sure they're good. I buy them. My vitamins came the next day from Amazon.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's a bitch.
Now I got to, like, not wrong, it's fine to have all these vitamins, but it was like,
well, maybe give them to me.
Stress of like, you want some prenatal vitamins?
Well, you never know. I could be brewing up something. It's plant-based and me losing weight. You never know. I might, And
actually, the ones that came from Amazon, the ones from the health food store might be too, but I know the ones from Amazon are plant-based.
Are they?
Yeah, because they have like the DHA, which is good for the brain, but usually comes from a fish oil. But these ones are plant-based. I'm not really sure where it comes from, but...
What's that, honey? Oh, nothing. Just prenatal. It's just my vitamins.
I mean, they got vitamins in it.
Yeah,
like,
why not?
What difference does it make for that or that? But I thought it was crazy. I was like, all this work into it. So.
All that.
That store you could go to, that health food store by my office. Like, my sister went there the other day and brought me a juice.
Yeah. I've seen that one, and I saw Peggy's. They're still hanging around.
Yeah, that's closer by you. That makes more sense than to come up by me. But that's why it works.
It's definitely a process to like conform to this. I mean, some people, like, I know at least she went as far as like the skincare and I want to jump in, but I'm just kind of doing baby steps right now. So I've got 5 meals designed and set up. So we'll see how this goes.
I think you'll do fine, because you always do fine with that. So, also, this weekend I wanted to thank you for taking, do what you always do, and getting on it and planning my baby shower.
Well, thank you to Shannon and Mike, because they're the ones that are going to be we're pretty much renting out their pad
house
for free.
Well, they have a really nice house.
Yeah, they have a beautiful house. So I figured I reached out to Shannon. We were discussing, and then I just wanted to, let you guys know that what we decided to do. So yeah, I'm excited too. It's going to be a good time.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Yep, but we're doing nautical theme, so we're going to have to talk about some of the decorations and things.
I figured too, like some of the stuff that I figured, this is what I did for Reagan, like some of the stuff that was going to be in her room anyway, I just bought it and put it out as decorations for her shower.
Right.
So I figured I'll do the same thing with the stuff that I want to put in his room, then that's what we'll just put out.
Perfect. Well, I have some boy camo stuff from Kelly's baby shower that I was trying to sell on eBay, but maybe I can bring that if we need to mix it up a little bit. I was thinking about that.
I don't care.
I was thinking about that, but yeah, it'll be a good time. So that's going to be on May 2nd. So it's right about a week before my birthday. So
I know. I thought that too. Afterwards, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Kim's birthday weekend. Like,
not really. I don't know. Well, the second, I guess maybe it is, but you don't. I mean, we've already sold the 40th.
I know.
Where am I going to go?
I was like, oh gosh. I was like, man, Kim, she's your best friend when she gives her birthday weekend for your baby shower.
You know what? Here's the funny thing is, because we had 2 dates. We had the April 25th and May 2nd. And Shannon said she was okay with either one. And my thought process was, because I'm such a planner, that I get one more weekend if I pick the 2nd.
Okay.
Because I was like, some people are like, I just want to get this over with.
Right.
No, me, I want to have one more weekend. And we set about 3:00. And
right.
I like parties in the afternoon because
you have the whole day.
Because I have the whole day to plan. I do not like parties that start early because I feel like I'm just, I want to like.
Well, you can't
forget
set food out at the night before and things like that.
All that fun stuff. Yeah. So it was nice, and it was, it was cool that it'll be nice because of the pool, and Mike and Shannon have the beautiful pool and the setup, and they just have the best party house ever.
Right.
I mean, it is a baby shower, so we have to tame it down.
But it is us.
It is us, right? So exactly. And I want to make mention too, we have started a new Facebook group.
Yes.
It's going to be called Day Drinking Moms.
Yes. So DDMs.
DDM. So you want to be part of the DDM group? We're going to have a group set up where you get VIP treatment. You might get some extra episodes or blurbs or things that you might not get to see on our normal business page. We realize that we do post a lot on Facebook, and we're sorry if we annoy those who are seeing it. But we also know we want to develop a community of people just like us and what
people
we do.
People who like to day drinking moms.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a little dysfunctional sometimes.
We are. I mean, totally dysfunctional. I mean, I'm 99% of the time dysfunctional.
I mean, we are great employees, great mothers, great wives, but sometimes we got a little dysfunction involved.
I got an alter ego.
That's fine.
I've got a split personality.
I mean, I am Coco.
You are Coco. And I am Karen.
95%
of the time. So we're going to develop a group. We're going to send some invites to, we might have a contest going on. So we just want to build a community so we can engage with you guys. And it's kind of like a little safe place. It's like a secret society that if you want to post comments or ask questions or just kind of like get the party started with us, Day Drinking Moms, we're going to invite you guys to it. So
yeah, it was an easier way for us to actually have a conversation with people who might listen to this and might want to talk about things versus on the regular page. It's not set up that way for that. That's why we're doing this. Had we known this from the beginning, we probably would have never set up the other page and would have only had this group page, but who knows? That's why we're doing it that way. It's easier for us to communicate back and forth.
Absolutely. And we want a place for you guys to come in and share your stories or comments or things that you want to be part of, and to get that extra bonuses, things that we are throwing out there to the world. So we want to make sure that you get first opportunities for that.
Cool. Absolutely. So yeah, we'll send out invites to our people who comment the most. We'll start there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate that and we went with Day Drinking Moms because let's be honest, anytime we make a post on Facebook that talks about drinking, we get the most responses from it.
We do. It just blows up. Yeah. So it's
so we know our audience.
We know our audience. We totally found our drinking audience, which we found our people. We found our people. Exactly. So we want to have our people find other people just like them.
If anything comes from this podcast, we finally found our people.
We found our people. It only took us like 11 episodes,
That should be our invite list of parties is the people.
That's right. That's it.
So yeah, I think that's all I really did. I think just this week work was crazy busy, this time of year, and it's just insane, I love what I do, so it makes it easier, but it's just like, man.
Before you know it, it's 5:00.
Oh my God, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it is exhausting. Yeah, definitely. We this week we actually have the gals from the Hair Hookup on. So we have Kendralyn and we have Deanna, and so we went on the road with them. So again, the audio is a little different.
Yes.
We were in the salon with them.
Yes.
And so we had a great time. We recorded this a couple weeks ago, and so we just asked them some questions, things that we wanted to know, questions about your water and your hair color and all the fun stuff. Deanna is phenomenal. She is very flexible. When I need her, I can text her. She can get me in just about any time I need to get in there, and she's super easy to work with, so it makes it real nice.
Kendralyn said she's like me, like an early riser. Like if you need an appointment before you go to work, she can get you in and get you done. You know, which is definitely for day drinking moms. Yeah. You need flexibility.
You do need flexibility.
I mean, you might need an early appointment because by afternoon, I mean, you're day drinking mom.
You're bombed and you're in bed by 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Or you work hard like us and everybody else, and after work you're exhausted, and to go to a hair appointment sometimes it's exhausting.
Exactly.
So you need flexibility, and they offer flexibility and a lot of good information.
Absolutely. And they're based out of Hobe Sound. We'll make sure to link their Facebook and all their contact information on our website as well as our Facebook, so you guys will be able to reach out to them. They are local. They're great. They're very flexible. They get you in whenever you need them to be there for you. So
they're good therapists.
Yeah, they're good therapists. They probably know more about Hobe Sound than I do.
Exactly.
So not that they're gonna go tell anybody, but they keep it to the sleeve.
Exactly.
But it was just a nice, good time to chat with the gal. So we hope that you guys enjoy this next episode.
Have a great week.
Bye. All right, guys, so we are here at Hair Hookup with Deanna and Kendralyn. So Deanna is my personal hair assistant.
She's your stylist.
She's my stylist.
She's not your assistant. You're not. She's not assisting. Well, I mean, if she's assisting, you look better. But what are you putting it on? She's just.
We can only help so much.
Pretty much, yeah. No, but I will have to say she's very flexible. As we're speaking, I have color in my hair right now, and I look like Grandma with my glasses and my cap on. So Tricia might be putting that onto our website. But they were so gracious to meet with us this beautiful Saturday morning. They brought us bagels.
I know.
And everything bagel with cream cheese. Fresh out of the oven. So we just wanted to take a time to chat with these ladies. They are a local hairstylist here in Hobe Sound. They are phenomenal in what they do. They have been at this location for almost 5 years. So, that's a long time. I didn't realize it was 5 years. I remember helping you put the flooring down.
Yeah, peel and stick, baby.
Peel and stick.
Did a nice job.
Yeah, thank you. But you guys have been here for 5 years, and you guys have been a staple in Hobe Sound, and you guys get a lot of buzz. It's like everybody knows to come to you guys. So one of the things that we wanted to do was chat with you guys, just kind of get some insight to the hairstylist world and things that you guys might hear or see, and things that women may want to ask, they're just kind of afraid to, because a lot of times when they walk into a salon, it's like they have a book and they want to look this way, but the reality is there's so many factors that it doesn't happen that way. So tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Well, let's see. We're best friends. We've been working together for 12 years, I think.
Too long.
Yep,
12 years.
Yeah.
Best friends, business partners.
Yeah. So.
And you guys were up the street a little bit for a while, right?
Hair company.
Yeah.
We both started at her cuttery.
Our youngsters.
I was 17 when I started.
I was 17, 18. I was there a couple extra years. I did a little more time.
She hated me, but now we're best friends.
Now, and you guys work really well together, which is awesome.
We have the same point of view with like customer service, and we always have each other's back. It's nice to have that for sure.
Right, that's important. And you guys have a good decor style as well. So you guys
anything C.
I like the play on words for the name is super cute.
Yes,
the hair hookup, the fishing hook. I like that.
Yeah, it's really
especially
cool.
Here in this town, in this little fishing town.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get into some questions. So not in any particular order. So the first question, well water versus city water. What's the difference?
Well, there's a few differences. There's positive and negative. You can look at it as embracing the warmth in your hair like you do. We just go with it. We fight it a little bit, but there's some warmth through it. Or there are cons, or it does fill the hair with minerals.
Which are difficult to get out. You can't always, they like to promote, this is a well water treatment. You can remove all the well water from your hair. Like when you have the well water on your driveway or anywhere, You see, you have to use hardcore chemicals to get that out. Do you want to put that on your hair? You know, your hair is a fabric.
Because it's every time you wash your hair, it's in your hair again.
It's,
you know, so it's
you're better off embracing it. Or you have a really good water system, which, you know, that too. So.
Yeah, we can only help so much.
Right.
Yes.
Look at your grass, look at your cars. You can tell what kind of water you have.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Well, you know, I have like a storm shelter where my well water is, and I'm like one of 5 in Hobe Sound, which is really crazy. But I call it my storm shelter. You have to go down into the ground.
Oh yeah, that's that weird spot.
Yeah, it is. If James and I, if James and I lose weight, we can both get in there at the same time. But
right now it's just survival of the fittest.
Yes, it's whoever can get there first, and then somebody has to put the top
It's
on
gonna
me.
be Taylor. She'll be like, y'all are out.
I know. Well, actually, whenever last weekend, whenever we Tony and Kim came over and dropped off our 4-wheelers, your sister said, "I want to see this storm shelter thing you talk about."
Oh, she'd never been to your house before.
No, so I took her in the backyard. I'm like, "This is my storm shelter," and it's got all the. So it's really weird. 'Cause I struggle with well water, and you're right. You just have to embrace it. But I think on a positive side, and I actually saw this not too long ago on Facebook. Well, well water sucks for your hair. Some people say it's great when they don't have like the boil effects and things like that.
Yes. See, I have city water. Sometimes they chlorine. My eyes burn in the shower.
Really?
What is that doing to my hair?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, pros and cons on both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it is what it is. So
You don't pay
can
for water, typically not sewer. So
Right.
that's you know how frugal you are. As
Oh,
far
yeah.
as
And you gotta be realistic. Like, I'm a blonde. I know I'm gonna have
And she
golden
has well
tones.
water.
And that's, I'm gonna have a little bit of golden tones. We bring it as blonde as I can get it when we first do it, of course.
So the
But-
well water kind of brings out your tones out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Embrace it.
realistic, you know.
Yeah.
So.
It's just all about being realistic with what you have, because you can't. That's one thing you can't really change.
Right.
Man, if somebody moves in the middle, like so you've gotten used to like doing their hair, and
It
then
happens
they
all
move,
the time.
it's
Yeah.
like,
All the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so much better and then worse.
Right.
I have one girl who's going to well water right now, and we just got her beautiful blonde.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I haven't seen her yet. We're gonna embrace the warmth with her.
I love
Call
how
her
you That makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Let's see. So this obviously is something is frugal. Kim talked about this before. I don't know if it was in the last episode about how you used to do your own hair.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was because it was about ginger. So you wanted to be a redhead, so you used box color.
Right. Well, actually, that's how Deanna and I met. We met when we first met. She said, "Girl, who does your hair?"
Yeah.
I said, "The box."
So Kim said, "I do."
I looked like a calico cat. I had like multiple colors going on there.
I remember.
Yeah, this is something very okay. So with box color, they have a wide range of customers to hit. So you have the person with
without
virgin hair.
visually seeing them.
Yes. So you have the person with virgin hair that's like, ooh, you know, in high school I'm going to color my hair for the first time. You have the person with resistant gray hair that, you know, you got to leave it on for the full 30, 40 minutes. You have someone that, oh crap, I went a little too dark, or there's too much red in it, something like that. Now we got to cover that up. So they have such a wide range. It's not personalized to you and what you need. For someone, for example, someone virgin hair, you'd use 10 volume. You use the lightest, you know, possible developer, least amount of damage. You don't need the 30, 40 volume or whatever kind of stuff is in there. And then, let's see here.
Yeah, it's $6 too. What kind of chemicals are in there?
From mine was
Those box cuts. No, ooh. So you get the little bit more expensive chemicals.
Well, you get a coupon.
I'm BOGO.
Yeah.
That's not how those work. And you're getting the BOGO deal on your head. We can tell. But also,
There's also all right, so we wanted to touch base a little bit and debunk a little bit of this organic color. I'm sure you guys have heard organics, everyone's going organic with the colors.
salons
Right,
and yes.
right, okay. So, which is fine. I have nothing against organic stuff, but don't sit here and criticize our color line or anything else as well. We have chemists backing our color lines too. Everyone's always trying to do the best and the newest and the greatest and whatnot. So, a true organic product has to be kept in the refrigerator for up to 3 days, otherwise it expires. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. Also, everyone's trying to do ammonia free. Ammonia, if you don't have ammonia, all right, I'm going to just totally destroy this word. You have the MEAs, it's monoethanolamine.
that's good.
Okay.
Monoethanolamine here.
Okay, so if you're not doing the ammonia, then you have that in there 9 times out of 10. You're not going to get away from chemicals being in a salon. I don't care who you are, what you are. You're in the wrong industry. You're doing the wrong thing if you think you're going to get away from chemicals. Obviously, using the least amount and everything is better. Our color line has 1 to 3% ammonia in our colors. Okay. with the mono whatever it is, MEA, forget MEA. With that, I don't know what exactly percentages they go off of, but I do know if you Google it, it can cause. Let's see, it can cause eye and skin burns. It's classified as a corrosive to the skin per the DOT guidelines. Repeated overexposure may cause damage to kidneys and liver. Okay, so there's a little bit of everything with it. Our great-great-grandparents have been using ammonia on their hair color for how many years, you know?
Yeah.
Which is fine with your, like I said, the organic, nothing bad with it.
Sure.
But don't sit here and destroy the color lines. You know, I see, oh, it's causing cancer, it's causing this. Like, small amounts of ammonia, that's like taking a Tylenol when you have a headache. Now, if you take the whole bottle, absolutely, that's not good for you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I would think for a consumer, neither one of those are going to be an issue for the consumer. I think it would be actually more of an issue for you guys as stylists because
Yes.
you're exposed to it constantly.
Yes.
Us as consumers, like
Exactly.
it's on such a small. I mean, we're not getting our hair done more than every 6 to 8 weeks,
Right,
you know. So
right.
it's us, and as an exposure, it's not bad. I mean, even now being pregnant, I spoke to my OB about doing my hair.
Yeah.
And she's like, honestly, once you're out of the first trimester, you're fine.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, all right, you know, because
And
I'm
every
gonna look
doctor's
bad.
different, yeah.
You
Right.
know, so I think that people freaking about what's in things or not
It's getting
in
a little
things.
extreme.
We learned a
And
lot
then,
about organics. when
Right.
We sat down with Elise and about what's able to label something as an organic.
Yes.
It's what was like 3% of the product has to be organic, something along those lines. So you don't even know what your organic is going to be. We also learned from Elise that so when something says it's chemical free, it's almost impossible because water is chemical.
Exactly.
So if you're not putting water in it, what are you putting in it? You know, so I think that people need to take that into account.
Yeah.
What is your exposure to something? I mean, they probably are exposed to more something when they clean their house than they are getting their hair done.
Oh yeah, and it's just a fad. Organic is just a fad. Everybody hears the word
It is,
organic and they
totally,
think,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm going to be organic," you know. And you pay more for organic when the reality is
Right.
it doesn't have as nearly as many.
You can say organic as long as there's a percentage in it, but all those
Yes.
other chemicals
Right.
making
Right.
up that,
Yes.
they don't say anything
Right.
about that.
So I think
they can
people-
actually hide things in
Yes.
as a fragrance.
Yeah, it's a miscellaneous section.
Yep.
We've learned
And
all about
ingredients.
fragrance too.
Yep.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Fragrance is you don't have to disclose what fragrance
Exactly.
is. You just
Yes,
say
I thought that was
fragrance.
crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
See?
so we've
Yeah.
learned a
Yeah.
lot.
You could put
Yeah.
chlorine bleach and call it a fragrance.
Fragrance.
Yeah.
I'm like, are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
It's
It's
scary.
nuts.
It's
Yes.
really scary.
So we definitely
Yes.
learned a lot about those two things.
But yeah, we just wanted to debunk a little
No,
bit.
and that makes complete sense. And I am glad that I no longer have to do the box because now I probably get my hair done like every 3-4 weeks now. Like, and you are. When I text you, I'm like, "Hey, can you fit me in like tomorrow?"
I
And-
can't have you walking around like that.
I know because
And
she
tell people
says
to
that
do your
because
hair.
I represent her.
Yeah.
My hair.
You could literally walk here.
Yeah, I know.
I think for me, like I do box color, and it has nothing to do with money. It actually has everything to do with time, and I just don't have it. You know, so for me, I don't. I mean,
And that's okay as long as you go in knowing that,
Yeah.
explaining that to the hairstylist,
Yeah.
being honest about it.
Yeah.
and
And,
I tried. I'm like, listen, can I come before work? I will meet you here at 7 a.m. You
Yeah.
know, and it doesn't
And
work for
that's-
some
oh,
people.
hey, girl,
call
you
me.
know,
I started at 6:15 in the morning.
You know, because it was just trying
Yeah.
to, you know, being the parent to a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
a 2-year-old, and now an infant is just. Everyone's like, you can make time for yourself. I'm like, listen, honey, I don't know where that time
Yeah,
comes
exactly.
from.
And
You
when
know,
you do, you call us.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
we're
yeah.
with you.
And that's what's nice that you guys are flexible like that because you
Absolutely,
do have clients that are on different schedules,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a
So
morning girl. I
yeah.
come in
Right.
first.
And that makes
Which
sense.
is great because
Comes
she
up.
does mornings, I do late sometimes, and then we bounce back off each other. Just
Right.
That's awesome.
The salon,
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah,
We
it
love
makes it a lot
Love what you
easier
do.
for us.
Gotta
That's
love
right.
what you do.
So how do you guys stay up on the trends?
Bunch of classes, extracurriculars. It's not required. When we have our license, we have a
You continue in education.
Yes.
But you know, proof is in the pudding. You know, there's a lot of competition around, and you can only fake it so much. You know, you got to be able to keep up with the trends with it. So, and then it's super cool with the internet and stuff. There's so many forums and stuff to follow, and there's so many stylists. It's a huge community, and you can see people's like mistakes or something they've learned. And I mean, constantly Deanna and I will message each other on a Friday night of, oh my gosh, look at this, you should try it. You know, and you gotta love what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're engaging into the community as to what's going on. So a lot of times, you know, not to say not to dog any other stylist,
No.
but sometimes you can't teach an old dog new
Nope.
tricks, right?
Yeah.
They just
That happens.
you know, this is
Yeah.
what they do day in and day out. But yet, when you're trying to, you know, be evolving in a business, you want to
Right.
make sure that you're staying on top of the trends because you're going to have all walks of life walk in the door
Right.
and want
Exactly.
something.
Yeah.
Now, you guys were at an event last weekend, right?
The Night to Shine.
Yeah, Night to Shine. It was like a couple weekends. Or 2
Okay.
weekends ago, maybe.
I think
don't know.
so, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
What was that about? Was that
We went to, it's like a prom, Tim Tebow puts it on.
Okay.
It's all across the United States. And
we did updos for all the girls who came in. There was a barber there for the boys who we're doing the barber next year. Makeup artist.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
It was
so
the
much
most
fun.
rewarding thing. Oh my gosh. Super,
that's
super
so cool.
So
Yeah.
cool. But we did all the updos for
Yeah.
it. Next time I hope to
Get more,
Yeah.
I mean, we did probably like 10 girls.
Okay.
But between, like, we work so well together. We've been doing this for years that we just bang it out, you know? And
Right.
she'd curl, I'd pin.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we learned a lot of new tricks that day. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
I had a coworker who had 2 boys that went as attendees.
Oh,
and so
great.
to hear it from the other perspective
Yes.
of how like important they felt for the night,
Yes.
and you know, one of them, she had more sensory issues than the other, so
Right,
he could
okay.
only essentially get dressed and show up, and then he had to leave. But the feeling they felt,
Oh
the
my
fact
gosh.
to feel
that's
like they
awesome.
were important, like it's super
we
cool.
felt like we were high when we left.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Yeah.
this, like, total euphoria.
Actually, gonna curve my way out. I was high on life, man.
Oh, that's super cool. And that's
That's
good that you
awesome.
guys took the opportunity to kind of, branch out and do something different.
Yeah, we don't always do stuff as like not so much.
We don't
It's
get
not like a pat on the back kind of thing.
Right.
It's just a self.
Right.
You know, we just like to do. We like to do for our community. Like
I loved it.
Yeah, we just
it was
like to give back.
Well, doing stuff like that too, when you appreciate, that's so much fun.
They appreciated it
Right.
so
Yeah.
much,
And
and
so-
you could feel
And
it.
you do your
I mean,
best work when
Right.
you're in that frame of
Right.
mind. You
Yeah.
know, you have to be in it to win it. It's
Yeah.
just
No pressure.
No.
And you're doing it because you're making these kids feel good.
Oh, and every
right?
single one of them. I mean,
It was-
the one girl, she was, told her she was beautiful. And she looked at us and she's like, I've never been called beautiful before.
Oh my God.
So I'm getting goosebumps.
I almost did. Another girl, I literally, we just blow dried it and put 2 pins in it. That was it. And she looks in the mirror.
Puts her hands over her
So
mouth.
beautiful over her heart. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that was
Yeah.
everything. We will be back every year.
That's nice. It's
That's
a nice
awesome.
way to recharge because you can
Yes.
get burnt out on what
Yes.
you do. Like,
Yep.
it doesn't matter what you
Yep.
do and how much you love your job.
That's right.
You start to get burnt out. People aren't nice all the time, and
Yeah.
so to
We're
be,
their therapist. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I got a
God
lot of
help
information
you.
dumped on me that I
Yeah.
can't do anything with.
Yes.
So it's, you have to recharge.
So that's amazing.
It's a great outlet.
Let's see. I have one here. What's the difference between a trim and a haircut?
There's not.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. No price difference, no nothing.
You
It's
should
the
know that
same education, the same technique, the same amount of time.
Really?
It's just
Okay.
less hair.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's
you're
it.
taking little bits versus big bits.
Yeah,
I trim my own hair too.
Yeah.
I totally do.
I totally tried to trim my bangs like when I was in 5th
Oh,
grade.
God, I
I
can't
took them
imagine.
with my fists and I just cut them.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. It's so
Yeah.
much fun.
You only
to
did
watch
that once,
on
though,
the
huh?
But
internet.
then I lied because I
One time, that's
what-
it, but-
I lied and told people that I fried them off with a curling iron.
You're a
I
liar.
don't think that's any
I
better.
don't think that's better.
But I think people also think a trim versus a haircut, price. Right?
Yeah.
They think, oh, I'm just going to get
Yeah,
trimmed, so
no.
they're thinking it's going to be cheaper than an actual haircut.
No, it's the
Yeah,
same
it's the
technique,
same-
same amount of time.
Right,
Yep,
exactly.
You're using my same knowledge. Yep.
So if someone were to walk in and say, I want 5 inches taken off.
Oh, I
same-
love
yeah,
that.
it's
That's
the
my
same-
favorite.
That's all coming after this baby's born. That's why I trim myself. I just go outside. It's so long that I just like.
And this is episode 1. Next time you'll see us on here, we'll have Trisha all worked out.
She's going to get her hair done. She's going to get a haircut.
She's gonna get the works out
After
of
this
that
baby's
baby's out
done,
of there.
I got a lot of stuff to do.
I'll come in
That's
every
what
5
you
a.m.
need to
for
get
you.
her. A gift certificate to come into hair.
That's
hookup
right.
After the baby's born.
Yeah.
You're
And
right.
you gotta watch the kids.
That's right. That's right. You can bring them over and I can ride around the golf cart. And
There you
go.
go. She might be more stressed.
I'll show them our stomping grounds. I'll show where mommy grew up.
Mommy's tracking food back here.
Scratch that. We'll bring everybody here.
Exactly.
Well, it's funny too because whenever I think about a trim or I think about, a cut, like I think realistically 5 inches, but that's a lot, right? So when someone says that to you, do you say, "Are you sure?" Or do you just
Only
kind of,
once, yeah.
yeah,
Deanna will ask you a couple
I
times.
love to cut that hair off like that. But I
Really?
will show you. I'll take the time. I'll sit
Yeah,
and
we
I'll show
show
you,
you, yeah.
Like this is where you're gonna be.
Exactly.
We
Touch your
usually-
back with it,
Right.
That's what
We'll usually
hopefully
leave an
most
extra
of
inch
us
too,
should
or
do.
so. Like we usually always leave a
Yep.
little more than what you say
Say.
because
You don't think
we've been doing this
Yeah.
a long time. So
so you
Been
definitely
there, done it. Anything
Yeah.
above the shoulder, okay, we're gonna touch your shoulder first.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
we'll
Yeah.
cut it again if you want
Exactly.
it
to.
doesn't take much to bring it
9
up just a
times out
little
of
bit
10.
more. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between a full and partial highlight?
Well, a full highlight, say it visually so they can get a visual. If you're, your crown area, your top, and then your sides.
It's like the placement and how many you're putting
Start
in
that
there.
over. Ask me that again.
What is the difference between a full and partial highlights?
Full highlights your entire head. Partial's the front, where you see it. You know, the sides, the top, the back area. Unless you do pigtails all the time, you're really not going to see it. She has a partial, turn to the side. So when she wears it up, you can see the
A lot
bottom,
of people go more natural just through the back,
which is nice too.
Yeah,
You know,
it leaves a little bit of dark,
less
dark
breakage and dimension.
And it takes her an hour to put a partial in for all this blonde anyway. So like,
wow.
you know,
We're just sticking with a partial with her.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But a full, you're gonna be, you'll end up being like porn star blonde sometimes when you do too many fulls.
Gotcha.
You know, so
you
a
keep
partial
doing-
in between and a full is smarter sometimes. So you're not so blonde so fast.
Gotcha.
So sometimes I notice that like more of, I would say, these more, I want to say franchise salons, you can pay per foil.
yes,
Yeah, you can do that.
So, I mean, is that something that, you know, like you
because
can...
a partial, not everybody needs all that
Okay,
foils too, because that, you know, that we're filling in a
Right.
lot of
we don't
space
do
to
a
the
ton
top.
of that though.
I don't
We
do
really
a ton
don't.
of per foils
Yeah.
because, you know, not
It's
everybody.
the time and money for us. It's
Well, I'm on a budget, so can I like do 2
Yeah.
foils today,
No,
come back in
that's
2
not
weeks,
how that works.
and do 2 foils, and then come back in 3 weeks and do another 2
That's
foils?
hilarious.
Yeah. Do you remember, I don't know if you remember this as a kid, doing the cap where you used to pull your hair
Oh,
through
girl,
it?
I remember in college,
gosh.
I used to, yeah, in college I was the girl who did the cap
And
for
you did
people.
the hair down the back, people would do that too.
Oh my gosh!
that's
It was mostly the
insane.
boys. The boys wanted
Yeah,
the cap.
the
It was
frosted
college.
tips.
That's, yes,
Like the
that's what,
fr-
I was the girl who did their hair. I was
my
like,
gosh.
whatever.
I don't even know if they even sell those anymore.
We do. We still use them.
Yeah,
You still use the cap?
Yeah,
Yes,
people
we
with
do.
really short hair.
Very
yeah,
short. Like if you can't get a
Extremely,
foil into it, we do
Gotcha.
still use
Yeah.
it.
That makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, not
Not
too often.
often.
I don't
Not
love
often.
the look, but some people need it just
Yeah.
to brighten those ends
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It's not a preference of ours.
I remember my fourth
But
grade
yeah, they still
teacher.
sell them.
She would get like highlights, but back in the day, like highlights were more like a grayer tone to them or something. This is a long time ago. in fourth
Well,
grade.
that
Something
depends
with-
on your hair
That's,
underlying.
someone was probably
tones.
coloring their own hair at home.
And she, no, she definitely went to the salon. It was a long time ago.
she
It was
did.
fourth grade, but and it was like the
great.
highlights weren't nearly as popular as they are now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and so it was like I was like, well, how old is she?
I'm running from gray. I don't want to put gray on
I
it.
don't think she wanted to. You know,
Just
but-
I did that in
Then?
8th grade. My mom did that to me. She
Really?
pulled it through a cap, home box color. There was an old lady on the front, and I said, "Mom, there's an old lady on the front." She's like, "It's the right thing. Do it." And she did it.
Yeah, I saw your mom's bangs that she put on you too when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
my goodness.
Don't let your mom do the kids.
Yeah.
Is that why
that's
you're
right.
like, I totally have to be a hairstylist?
Yeah.
Because I
even
cannot do the
know.
same.
It just called to me in high school. I didn't even know I wanted to do this for a living. I just,
Yeah.
my friend actually went to cosmetology school, and I followed her. And now I became a leader, not a follower anymore.
Did you ever? I never cut Barbie's hair. I
No,
never did any.
never,
I never cut
nothing.
my own.
I never
no.
played with anything. It's so crazy. I just
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm like,
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
it
this.
clicked.
That's cool.
Same thing.
I have a hard time with small talk.
A
You
lot
get
of
good
them-
at it.
You'll
You get good
learn.
at it.
Yeah.
I'd like the gossip part.
I used to love that. Oh my god, Kim would be like, I don't know how to do hair, but let's talk.
If you want to know what's going on in town, you come here.
Seriously.
Exactly.
To be a fly
Oh
on
my
the
gosh.
wall.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because I listen to a lot of murder mysteries because I'm like obsessed with the ID channel. And it's always somehow they're interviewing their hairstylist.
Yeah.
Because they know
That's
Oh yeah, she knew what was
we know.
happening. She knew that. She knew she was gonna snap.
she knew what was going on in the marriage.
10 years ago.
She knew what kind of affairs were going on. It was
Yeah.
like, so the hairstylist was always
Yeah.
on the show.
We've had people stop coming, like a husband and wife, or like
Yeah.
like the husband's cheating or whatever, and they told you too much. They get back together. They told you too much, so they'll go somewhere else
Their
because you
marriage-
know too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
It
See, I'm like,
happens.
dude, I didn't ask that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really care. I'm not
Yeah.
judging you. I'm
I
not
forget
judging
when I
you.
walk
Use
out
that
the door.
box.
Don't worry.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. So it's a very intimate,
Oh,
relationship.
very
Yeah,
intimate.
very. Yes.
Very. But some of these people too, you grow, like, and especially Deanna and I, we've been doing this a while, 12, 15 years, whatever.
We
You
both
see
have
someone
them.
every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You learn about every aspect of their life. They become like a family member to you.
Right.
She has someone
So-
she's known longer than her husband. 12
Yeah,
years.
Wow.
16 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. It's
16
a long
years.
time.
Yeah, a long time. But
Wow.
yeah, like you grow so close to them. So when they're going through cancer or their kids are going through this or that, like
One of mine
it really you bring that home with you.
Yeah.
Like,
One of
it's
mine just left the other day. She's going into Daytona to a
assisted living.
assisted living. I'll never see her again.
Yeah.
It's so sad,
Yeah.
you know. Ugh, but
Which
yeah.
is cool too, though, because like we both are so open together, and our customers are used to that. They know both of us,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like a little family in a way. My customers look forward to coming in and seeing, hearing Deanna's antics,
Right.
and just it's You're not going to come in here and sit in Deanna's chair or my chair and usually not be part of our family.
Conversations.
Yeah. Well, I will say every time I come in, like every 3 or 4 weeks, Deanna's like, "You look so good. You lose weight." I'm like, "Yes."
Hey, that's her tagline to everybody.
And that's not just for a big tip. That's the truth.
I'm like, God, I've got to come see her more often.
Every day, like, Kim.
Just tell me how I got I'll stop by every
I
day.
love to make people feel good, and you know, if you feel good, you make someone else feel good. It's all about
Giving
That's
back.
right.
love and life. Man.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it's all about.
What's the difference between salon hair products versus a store brand?
We can guarantee that product on the shelf here, you know,
It's
at
not
the salon.
expired.
It's not expired. I physically went and picked it up. I know where it's from. You know, Amazon,
So,
Winn-Dixie, whatever. I don't know where that's been sitting. Has it been in the AC? How long has it been sitting there? There's not a date, but there is an expiration once you open the bottle. So, has it been open before? So, 12 months, you know, has it been sitting around?
So John Paul Mitchell, a lot of these companies have it
I'll
posted
get it.
on the side of the bottle of after opening it's expired at 12 months. But it also says in the bottle that it's not guaranteed unless sold in a professional salon.
And I will show you, guaranteed only when purchased within the professional beauty salon industry, not from a drugstore, supermarket, or unauthorized source. And on the bottle.
And here's a
And
good
there's a
thing.
phone number to call.
So this customer went, no one we know personally, but John Paul Mitchell was talking about how, like, the Baby Don't Cry shampoo he has. Someone went to a store and purchased it. They used it on their kid. Yeah, it was like a CVS or something. And they purchased it, they used it on their kid, and something with the vision of their child was, like, it messed up their vision. So they tried coming back on Paul Mitchell. Like, nope, you know, we're coming back, something messed up, blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't guarantee that product because he bought it from CVS. It says right on the bottle. But he's such a good guy. He went ahead and still paid for the surgeries that needed to be done for that child, which is pretty cool. Also, we sell a product called Orchid Oil. My customer, I can get it cheaper on Amazon. Good. So she brings it in. She brought in their glass bottles. They haven't been selling the glass bottles in like 7 years.
Seven?
Yeah, 7 years.
Jeez, 7 years.
7 years or so.
Wow.
So that stuff's been sitting on the shelf for 7 years,
Right.
and you're buying it for the same price that we're getting it. What you say to maybe $2?
Right.
You know?
And I don't, you know, I don't.
We don't mark
necessarily-
all of our
make
stuff.
any money off these products. These are for us to guarantee our work for the future.
Longevity.
By you going and getting something else, we don't know what it is, where you got it, how good it is. So I can't guarantee my color when you're using that stuff.
And when y'all come in spending $200 on color, and then you want to go home and use some Suave, that's like buying a brand new car and not getting insurance on it.
And that's where the chemist comes in too, with the pH balance of those shampoos versus our products too.
Yes.
The pH balance of your water, you know, all that.
Yeah, something
has to
that's
do with
expired. Who knows what the pH levels have gone up to, and now it's going to interact with what's in
the
the air. It's-
alkalinity or the acidity.
Yeah.
That's interesting because if you
Yes.
think about it, you know, when these shampoos are designed, they're chemically designed for color, right? And things of that nature. So coming in and putting a Pantene or a Suave or White Rain, remember that? Back in the day.
VO5, girl.
VO5, that was
Rain.
yeah. But I mean, that makes sense. But it's interesting because if you go to the drugstores or if you go to Walmart, they are actually expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, I mean, it's almost more expensive there than it is here.
That's what blows my mind.
We
That people
sell
are
our
going and
liter,
spending that.
just so everybody knows, we sell our liter duos. It's a liter of shampoo and a liter of Biolage conditioner. You can get the whole set for $30.
Yep.
I mean,
that's super
Depending.
cheap.
What do you?
Our Matrix brand is 30, and then our Biolage brands are 40 for
Right.
the
well,
duo sets.
yeah, the silver one. Yeah.
With the silver Biolage. So yeah, it's way cheaper.
Okay.
But you know that on Netflix they have that series called Broken, and the first episode is about makeup and people buying makeup on the aftermarket of like, let's say like we talked about this before with Beauty Counter and how like Kylie Jenner's brand and people will buy it on Amazon and stuff and it's a counterfeit product. So you don't know what you're getting, and they found in a lot of these counterfeit products, I mean, stuff that will blow your mind, like feces and things like that. Like I'm not talking like things that, you know, like, oh well, I had this instead of that. Like they had some lip product that was actually super glue. Like so you have no idea what you're buying in an aftermarket and you know, so it's always important to buy from the source.
That's right, absolutely. So salon, nope. Okay. Why is it so important to make your next appointment?
Well, it guarantees your spot. That you're already scheduled in at 6 weeks.
Yeah, so you're not walking around like
We're not having to try to squeeze you
skunk
in.
lines, squeezing you in.
Like me?
Yeah.
Like in between customers?
Yeah. And then we can't
Or in the
really-
middle of a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't really do like our best work either if we're putting you in like a 45-minute slot, but something that needs to take an hour. Now we're having to rush through to get you in because you have an event to go to.
Right.
And we feel guilty not getting you in because that's just how we are.
We're
Right.
family. We can't not get family in.
Exactly.
And everybody's family. So we work our best, sitting down, we have an appointment slot with you. When you book 4 weeks in advance, you're guaranteeing that.
Yep.
So when you're calling in and rushing in, well, okay, I'm going to squeeze you in between these people. Now these people aren't having their full time. You're not having your full time. I'm rushing for you. You're getting the end of the stick because this person paid for their spot. They concreted it in 4 weeks ago.
Right.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So, and our last one, why does chlorine turn your hair green?
Well, chlorine gives the effect of green on your hair by allowing the copper sulfate to show through. So there's a chemical reaction in the copper plumbing. It bleaches the hair out, allowing that copper sulfate again to show through the hair.
Copper turns green when it's
Right.
oxidized and stuff. So it's pretty much getting oxidized in a way, the copper, and it gets into your hair follicle, right? So then the chlorine is bleaching out your hair, which is going to reflect the light of the green. So it's actually not turning your hair green, it's a reflection.
The reflection
Of
UV
a chemical
light.
process
Very interesting.
from the
Yes.
piping. Also, just a little fun fact. So when everyone thinks when you put highlights in, you're bleaching your hair, right? You're removing the color of your hair, right?
Right.
No, you're not. It's actually shattering your natural melanin.
Pigmentation,
Yeah.
melanin
Yep.
in the hair.
It's shattering it. So all of your natural color is still within that strand. It's just shattered it, which gives it a iridescent look.
The light, yeah.
I did not know that.
Science, man. We gotta pay attention to
You
school,
guys are the
kids.
chemist over here.
That's
Yeah,
loving
it
our
might not
jobs.
come out exactly smooth, but
Right,
yeah.
we know it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
in
really
there
cool.
just to get it out.
Yeah.
They have where Reagan takes her swim. They have this shampoo that they say takes like there's a saltwater pool, but takes out like the salt or takes out chlorine. And she uses it every time she's at a pool because we bathe her there.
Yeah,
and then
there
we
you
put her in
go.
her PJs and goes home.
You bathe her in the public pool?
No, they have showers outside of it. So
You're like,
she's
hold on, Jason, get the soap. There's like other kids in the pool.
No, they have like all showers in. They have like
Yeah,
this stuff there. So we
that's
wash
cool.
our
I'm not
hair.
judging, I'm just saying.
You
You
can
might have your daughter eat donuts or chips for breakfast. Don't judge.
Or brownies.
Whatever.
Well, before you put her in the pool next time, rinse her hair with that water. Then throw her
Okay.
in the pool. And then shower after, of course. But
your hair is like a sponge.
Exactly.
Right.
And when you take a sponge, right, fill it with water, put it in something else. It's not going to absorb because it's already full. So
Exactly.
We
fill
bought
the
the
hair.
shampoo. Her hair, she's dark hair, so she's not turning green,
Okay.
but it does something with her curls and makes them really cute. So I bought it because her hair looked
Yeah.
good every
There you
time
go.
she uses it.
Hey,
I was like,
you like it,
whatever.
yeah.
I was like, and it was a little expensive, but she's
Yeah.
like, this will last us a really long time.
Yeah.
And her hair looks good. So
Exactly.
Our shears actually don't really want to cut it. It'll push
Yeah.
it. It's crazy.
We see a lot of things behind the chair. It's fun. I love my job. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
so
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Because you just never know what you're going to get into,
Never
right?
know.
And
Oh,
and
God,
then,
yes.
especially if you have someone like a box color like
Like
me,
me.
doing damage,
Well,
and
you know
damage.
how long it took to get your hair
Yeah.
to right, you
Right.
know?
Long
How
time.
what? A couple months.
Couple months,
6,
yeah.
8 months.
Right.
Something of coming in every 3-4 weeks.
I'm
It
thinking about
takes
going red. Or
Well,
black.
you can embrace it. You got red in your
I got red water.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't know.
Red water?
You ain't going
Red water, or maybe
Yeah.
like go pink or something.
No,
you know?
that's not happening.
No.
You're
See, that's where my job comes in too.
Yeah, like,
Let-
no.
keep the crazy down.
Yeah.
You have to help people sometimes.
Yeah,
I like it.
Whether they want it or not,
Yeah.
You're like, what's really going on? You're having a crisis in your life.
Yeah,
Like,
And that's where the therapy comes in too,
Exactly.
because some people don't even realize that when they come in and want something extreme like that. Not Kim's fine; she's not going through anything. But when someone comes in wanting that, it's like, okay, let's talk first. Is there anything going on? And sometimes that can help them realize that there is something going on. They don't want red; they just
Yeah.
want something different in their life.
Exactly.
You know?
There's
So,
Also, too, you have to you're trying to you're trying to therapize
help
somebody. Trying to help you. But then too, in our head, like you said with the chemist thing, we're sitting here trying to figure out, while we're holding a conversation with you, what's going to be the best route of getting you to this color that you're wanting. Is it possible?
Right.
You know, it's kind of hard.
So you kind of like ask qualifying questions in such a way to know what kind of color is going to work best for them,
Exactly.
and so that makes a lot of sense.
And their lifestyle changes.
Their
That's why we
lifestyle.
ask silly questions sometimes. We're actually using that information for good.
There was a Karen that I know who went to a chain place and said, shave my head.
Yeah.
Apparently was going through a crisis.
Gosh,
Oh my
somebody
gosh.
should have therapized her.
And the stylist said, I can't do that.
Good.
And the stylist said, and she's like, no, I'm telling you to do it. She's like, and I'm telling you I cannot.
Good.
And she's always speak to your manager. She said, fine. And the lady went got the manager, and she was like, I cannot do this to her. So they came to a compromise where they did half of it or
Perfect.
something. She's like, I will make you feel better when you leave,
That's
but I'm not
fantastic.
doing this to you.
Yeah, that's a great hairstyle.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
I was like, yeah, well, Karen.
All right, so if somebody wants to reach out to you guys, how can they find Hair Hookup?
You can look us up on Facebook, of course. You can see a lot of our before and afters. We try our best to post a lot of our work up there.
Google, aren't we?
Yep, we're on Google. And you can give us a call. We're right here in Hobe Sound.
Our numbers are on the door as well. Mine's 772-634-2571.
That's Deanna. And Kendralyn, I'm 772-209-9032.
All right, thanks guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.